So, well, 2020 was a terrible year. But hey, at least it was the year when this channel started. So, since 2020 is almost coming to an end, why not talk about the animated movies that came out this year? So, there are going to be 2 movies that I'm not going to review. The first one is Connected, the second is The Croods, A New Age. So the reason why I'm not reviewing Connected is because I just don't know where to watch this movie. Like, nobody's talking about it, and I feel like all I know about the movie is that it's directed by the directors of Cloudy of a Chance of Meatballs, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 21 Jump Street, the Lego Movie. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know where to watch it. I mean, it looks interesting. I just want to watch it, but I just don't know where. The reason of why I'm not reviewing The Croods: A New Age is because I didn't have time. I just did not have time to watch this movie. I mean, it looks interesting, I guess. But yeah, I just didn't have time to watch the movie. So anyways, let's go from best to worst. Let's get started. So when I first saw the trailer for Seoul, my expectations for Seoul was kind of low. The reason was because I felt like if Pixar wanted to make another Inside Out, which is funny because the director of Inside Out, Pete Docter, directed Soul. So what is the movie about? It's about Joe, and he accidentally died because he fell into a sewer, and he finds himself dead, and he wants to go back to his real life body. So the story is very basic, but at the same time, I feel like it Pete Docter had in every single movie of Pete Docter, he always he always go into dark themes, and trust me, the dark theme in Soul hits hard, like very, very hard, like even harder than that the beginning of Up. But the animation was amazing. The characters were likable for the most part, and I was pleasantly surprised that this movie was pretty good, because it is. No, it's not good. It's amazing. Well, kinda. I just have some few problems with it. It's just that it just looks a lot like Inside Out to me. That's like the problem that I have with the movie. It just looks a lot like it. But overall, it's not a terrible movie. Hell, I would say that this has to be the best movie that Pixar have made. Don't worry, I'll talk about Onward later in this video. But overall, I give it a 8 out of 10. Give it a watch. During productions of Farmageddon, the movie was originally going to be called Shaun the Sheep Movie 2. Okay. But anyways, what is the movie about? So the movie is about Shaun, and that he meets an alien named Moolah. And it's up to him to bring her back. Yeah, I think it's a girl. But it's up to him to bring her back to space, or else the scientists are going to capture her. So mostly the story is like E.T., but if E.T. met farm animals, I guess you could say. But what did I think of the movie? Well, the jokes were very, very funny, which is surprising, especially since this movie has no dialogue at all. And I got a lot of chuckles out of this movie. I had a great time watching this movie, especially since it was like really late. But yeah, I like the stop motion animation. I can tell that the people put a lot of effort into this movie and a lot of hard work. I also like the characters. Sure, they have no dialogue, but you can literally tell what they are about, especially with no dialogue. What is it, like it? The characters are just likable. That's all I can say. They're very fun and likable, and also interesting. But overall, I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Give it a watch. So, The Willoughbys is based on an iconic book, which I haven't read yet. I'll probably read it. But anyways, what is the movie about? So the movie is about the Willoughbys children, and they just want to have fun, just be free. But their parents don't actually care about them. They don't have any love for them. Until one day, the Willoughbys decide to actually, how can I say this? Make some type of ticket for their parents to die. To go on a dangerous adventure. So that way they can be free. Until their nanny comes and take care of them. Until there's this family controls, which are like the villains of the movie, and it's up to the nanny to keep the Willoughbys safe, or else the family controls will keep the Willoughbys children. So, what did I think of the movie? Well, the animation is very creative and fun. The characters are pretty likable. The story is very basic but pretty interesting. Now, I haven't read the book, so I can't actually tell if it's actually very accurate to the book. But overall, it's a really enjoyable movie. I mean, it's on Netflix, so why not watch it? Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. Give it a watch. Out of all of the movies that came out this year, Over the Moon has to be the most that actually feels like a Disney movie. Which makes sense because the director for the movie actually he actually worked on a few Disney movies like Beauty and the Beast and the Little Mermaid, which makes sense. But anyways, what is the movie about? So the movie is about, well, I don't remember the girl's name, but it's about this girl and her mother has died, and she's now a teenager until her father decides to date this other woman, but the main character is not ready to she's just not ready to move on, not have a new mother. She still wants her father to still love the mother. So she decides to go to the moon and try to find her. So yeah, the story is very simple, but my God, this movie is beautiful. There is so much talent in this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, this movie is kind of like Coco, but the only thing is that the only thing that I didn't like about Over the Moon is that is that the world building, they just don't do anything with it. It just like left out of the movie. Like, who cares? It just never. They don't handle it very well. But alrighty. Overall, the movie is beautiful. It's not amazing, but just a great movie to watch. Especially if you just want, like, if you want a Disney movie that isn't actually, like, wasn't made by Disney, then I think this is definitely the best, like, movie that you could watch. Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. Give it a watch. So, on April 30th of 2019, the first trailer for the Sonic movie first came out, and we got this. Oh God, what? Oh, I remember this being everywhere. Mostly because of the pretty great memes, but sadly those days are over. So they turned this disgusting thing into this, which looks way better. So what is the movie about? So the movie is about Sonic and that he have been on Earth for about 10 years. But he feels very lonely. So he decides to play baseball, and then he starts running, which wipes out all of the electricity around the world. So mostly the government decide to hire Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, by the way, to capture Sonic. Oh, and Sonic also has to team up with this police. So that way they can get Sonic's wings back. So that way Sonic can like be safe and the government won't get him. So he can go to like mushroom from like a mushroom level from like Sonic and Knuckles, if I'm right. But yeah. So what did I think of the movie? Well, it wasn't perfect. I mean, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't perfect or amazing, but it wasn't terrible either. But I will say this, though. This movie was actually pretty funny. I won't lie, I got some pretty good laughs, just like Farmageddon. But what were my problems for this movie? The first problem would be I wish that we saw more of Green Hill Zone because it just looks so beautiful to look at. The second problem is that I wish that we had more time to learn about Sonic's mother before she like died. I just felt like that part was just very rushed, so that way the movie can just keep on going. My third problem with the movie is that, well, I don't have a third problem. Those are mostly just the problems that I have with the movie. But overall, the movie is pretty enjoyable. I would take this over the stupid Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in 1993. But yeah, it's not perfect, but not terrible either. I give it an 8 out of 10. Give it a watch.